Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Versatility Podcast. Welcome back. It is a new episode for today. We got to do March Madness brackets. It is officially time to do the men and the women's. March Madness bracket selection Sunday was yesterday. I'm also going to be covering, also reviewing a couple albums that I've heard this past weekend, also reviewing a couple movies that I've seen. And that's about it. Not really much going on in this episode, but obviously the brackets are just the two main things of the episode. Let's just get straight to it. So before we get there, let's just start off with the current NBA standings because there's been quite some shit to be honest with you. I mean, the NBA has been through. I mean, there were some pretty big games over the weekend, so just kind of go over them, some of them per bit. I mean, on Friday there were some big games here. We got the Pistons beating the Heat beating the Pistons 108-95. The Suns beating the Hornets, Magic and the Raptors going at it. Magic taking the win. Pelicans beating the Clippers. Nuggets beat the Spurs, and then the Jazz beat the Hawks. Now, Saturday, we had some good games. We had the Warriors beating the Lakers 128-121. The Knicks beating the Kings. The Bulls dominating the Wizards. The Sixers beating the Hornets. The Pelicans beating the Blazers. The Nets losing to the Pacers. The Thunder beating the Grizzlies. The Timberwolves beating the Jazz. Rockets beating the Cavaliers, and yesterday we had some pretty good games. We had the Suns losing to the Bucks, 140-129 without Giannis on the court. Bam Adebayo got a game-winning three-pointer to win the game against the Pistons yesterday, 104-101. Kyrie Irving hit a game winner against the Nuggets yesterday, 107-105 with his left hand. This man was built different yesterday. The Magic get the win against the Raptors, 111-96. The Celtics decimate the Wizards as expected. The Spurs beat the Nets, and then the Clippers lose to the Hawks. Again, another game without Russell Westbrook. But Kawhi is officially back. Paul George was playing, but the Hawks were just fighting tooth and nail, and they won without Trae Young. So. Pretty big win. Of course, there's some games going on right now. Again, the Celtics decimating the Pistons. That's no surprise there. The Sixers currently beating the Heat right now by 15. The Pacers Cavaliers in a close game, 3 points of the Cavaliers. Knicks Warriors is at 10. So got some games going on later on today. So let me just kind of go over some movies and a TV show or a series that I finished watching over the past weekend. So last weekend I saw Good Burger 2. Yes, Good Burger 2, which was the sequel to the original, obviously, the second part of Good Burger, which the first movie came out in 1997. 1997. Yes, guys, 1997. First one came out with this creepy man right here being one of the cast members on the show, and I believe he also was one of the producers behind it. He wasn't the main director, but this man's we don't got to talk about much about him. But anyways, Good Burger. It's a classic movie. I watched this in school for the first time. I remember like I was probably like in third grade or something like that watching this, or maybe fourth grade. I think I was like in fourth or fifth grade watching this movie for the first time in school. So, and I really enjoyed this one. I rewatched it before I watched the second movie. You know, classic shit. Good Burger. You know, welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger, man. Take your order. You know what I mean? Some classic shit right there. So I was definitely like, okay, we'll see what this second movie's really about. I mean, I don't really have much expectations for this one. This movie, the second movie comes out 26 years later, like damn, like holy shit, you know what I mean? All I could say is they both, Ed and Dexter, they look the exact same. They have not aged after 26 years. Ed still works at Good Burger, has worked there since the first movie. Dexter was also doing a bunch of other jobs. I think he was like a realtor for a while, and then he got fired and this and that. There was a lot of differences that they had going on, some cast members that didn't return or that did return in the movie as well. But basically, the premise of the second movie, in comparison to the first movie was basically just competition. Mondo Burger was the burger place that was expected to like shut down Good Burger and like, oh, we're gonna outsell you, fuck Good Burger. Mondo Burger's where it's at, bitch. And then they shut that shit down at the end. In Good Burger 2, they're bringing in robots. They're bringing in this new thing, and they're just doing a bunch of experimentation. They're just trying to work around Good Burger, but they're trying to expand it globally. Except they're not going to use Good Burger. They're going to use another name for it. I forgot what it was. Worldwide. I forgot the name of what it was called exactly. But they're going to expand Good Burger, taking all their recipes, taking all of this, except changing the name. So it's not Good Burger pretty much internationally, just another way of stealing and also enhancing them, making robot versions of the servers, of everybody. So just kind of enhancing everything, and so I guess the movie was solid. I mean, really nothing much going on here. I wasn't expecting much from this, so I can't really be mad at that. I can't really be mad too much on this one. But you know what? I think it was a solid movie. Definitely ain't touching the first one, in my opinion. It is a Nickelodeon movie, and there was definitely some corny bits. Yes, the first one is also corny as fuck too in certain things, but I guess this one just kind of felt a little bit unnecessary. We really didn't honestly need a Good Burger too. But this is not the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my life, so I really don't have a huge problem with it. Fuck it, you know. If you want to watch it just because you watched the first one, go ahead. Might as well, be my guest. Enjoy yourself watching the first one, and then go ahead and go on Paramount Plus and then watch the second one if you want. So that's all of that. The Thundermans is back. Well, yes, technically. So y'all didn't know Thundermans. I believe this was probably like the last, if not, this is probably like the last like Nickelodeon show I like really like actually watched and stuff and watched and finished. This and Henry Danger. Like I let dead ass like really watched all of the Thundermans and all of Henry Danger towards like the later years, because like around that time I wasn't really watching Nickelodeon that much, but since it started getting on streaming platforms, like it was on Hulu for a while. I remember during the pandemic I watched all of the Thundermans, so I caught up to it. But before then I watched like a couple seasons, a couple episodes, this and that. Same with Henry Danger, I caught up with all that shit. But anyway, this is not fucking Henry Danger, this is the Thundermans that I'm talking about. They made a movie. They returned after what, like, when was the last season of the Thundermans? Like 2016, 2017. Like what? When was, I forgot? I forgot when was the last season of it. It was like 20. It was like 8, 7 years ago, something like that. So they come back. They come back. They're still superheroes, but then for a bit they want to go back and be just. They were actually being pretty much just thrown out the bag, or thrown out as being superheroes, because apparently there was another group of superheroes that took their job. But in the end, plot twist, they're actually not superheroes. They're just the sons or daughters of the supervillains from the original show, and that they used themselves to be superheroes to basically just gain access to help their evil parents, evil dads. And then eventually, they ended up whooping their ass in the end of the day. This was a pretty short one. This was 70 minutes long. Nothing crazy. But it looks like we might get another we might get a second. We might get a second movie, because towards the end, Doctor Colosso, the bunny, the bunny in the show that used to be an evil villain in the show previously, gets told something very cryptic, and it looks like this motherfucker is back to his old ways. I don't know. Maybe he might be like a villain. He might turn back into a a human, so he won't be stuck as a bunny anymore. Who knows? Should be interesting. But it was nice to see this one. This was okay. Nothing insane, nothing crazy, but kind of made me feel like shit. I should rewatch the Thundermans a little bit, but there's a lot of movies that I gotta catch up to. Like I haven't seen Oppenheimer. I still haven't seen Barbie. It's time. It's time. I have to catch up. I know. I know. But you know, when I get there, I will talk about it. I know no one gives a fuck about Barbie and Oppenheimer right now because the Oscars is done. Last summer was last summer, but when I watch it, I will talk about it once I'm done. So don't worry, I'll get to it. Just don't rush me. But this was definitely interesting. All right, now let's talk about the Dynasty, the New England Patriots. So this is a series on Apple TV um, about the New England Patriots dynasty in the 2000s and 2010s. 20 years of this dynasty that was, you know, was going at it for, for the New England Patriots from the very early 2000s to the late 2010s. And what a run it was. I mean, again, we all know Tom Brady, 6 Super Bowl rings, 7 Super Bowl rings in total, but 6 with the New England Patriots. Bill Belichick, greatest head coach of all time. Tom Brady, the best quarterback of all time. Robert Kraft, who basically took ownership of this team, of the franchise, when they were just poverty, and made a promise that he will make this team into a winner. Would have a winning culture behind it, would win Super Bowls, and well, he gave them a dynasty. He gave them a dynasty. Basically, 2 different versions of it: the 2000s dynasty and then the 2010s dynasty. But for those 20 years that Brady and Belichick were together for the Patriots, they done all kinds of it. So episode by episode, just kind of like mentioning like some highlights of it. So obviously the first episode was just really about Drew Bledsoe, since he was the quarterback before Tom Brady. He was the starting quarterback for the Patriots before Tom Brady, because again, Brady was the backup quarterback at the time. Again, he was drafted in the 6th round, 199th overall. Who the fuck really thought Tom Brady was going to be a superstar in the NFL? Really, literally nobody. So Drew Bledsoe was the guy in New England. He gets hurt. He gets absolutely pummeled on his shoulder, gets injured, and then here comes a young 23, 24-year-old Tom Brady out of Michigan. And boom, Tom Brady is born. He helps them reach the Super Bowl offensively. And then Bob, he does this, does his job, and he gets them to the Super Bowl his first season, in as the backup, and then eventually becomes the starter eventually throughout. Now again, Brady wasn't the entire reason why they really made the Super Bowl that season, especially because a lot of people like to put the defense as the main highlight, which is very much facts. The defense were pretty much the biggest reasons why Tom Brady got those first 2 Super Bowls, was really mostly because of that defense. He had such an elite defense around him. Brady just didn't have to make that many. It was kind of like Brock Purdy in the 90s. The defense was so elite. Just avoiding making certain mistakes, costing a couple turnovers, and you'll stay out of the way. You won't really make much of a difference there. The defense will do most of the job, and they will be able to shut teams down, this and that. So that was pretty much the highlight. The recap of the first one. The second episode, the Snowball. This is also the game about the Tuck rule. That was that playoff game against the Raiders. Again, they still managed to win the Super Bowl that season again. This game, this episode, excuse me, borrowed time. I believe this was pretty much after this is the early stages of the dynasty, obviously after winning like 3 out of 4 or 5, 3 Super Bowls in 5 years. They're already getting, they've officially become the dynasty in the 2000s. Tom Brady already becomes one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Bill Belichick makes the stance. The Patriots are the team to beat. And then episode 4, we get to Spygate, which was a scandal that the Patriots were accused of videotaping from the Jets' sideline signals, and then again, obviously pointing the fingers at Bill Belichick, pointing the fingers at other players, and in the staff and the coaching staff and everything for the Patriots, and then of course people marking it and putting things one and one together. Oh, they've won 3 Super Bowls, but they're videotaping illegally, getting film from another team and getting their signals. Oh, so now they're cheaters now. So no wonder they won 3 Super Bowls. They are fucking cheaters. So again, that's just kind of what they've put it into. Spygate, this and that. Then this episode, I believe this is when Tom Brady got hurt in 2008, or 2007. I believe this was the one in 2008 because he got hurt in 2008. The whole season he played one game, and that was the first game of the season. He got hurt. The year before, 2007, that was the year where the regular Tom Brady was the guy. Randy Moss, perfect regular season, makes it all the way to the Super Bowl, 17-0, 18-0. And then they lose to the Giants in the Super Bowl. Fucks up their perfect season. And then, the next season they couldn't come back because Tom Brady came back from an injury and this and that. Episode 6, this was when they talked about drafting Rob Gronkowski. They had to move on from a couple weapons they lost. They lost Wes Welker. They lost a couple of other guys due to retirement. They lost, what was the other guy? Boucher or Teddy Bruschi or something. Wes Welker was out of there as well. So they drafted Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. Not much to talk about Rob Gronkowski because he ended up being a very important piece to that team, for many years after. But if you don't know the story about Aaron Hernandez, very tragic story. Very tragic story what happened to Aaron Hernandez and what he's been through and what he committed when he was on the Patriots. Again, the whole murder of Odin Lloyd, all the issues he had off the field with him being affiliated with people that were definitely not the people that he shouldn't have been surrounded with, especially, he was making millions in the Patriots. He was a core piece to that offense. Played in the Super Bowl against I believe it was against the Giants in 2012, 2013. So much, a lot, Aaron Hernandez was a very important piece to that team. But obviously what happened off the field was terrible. And they kind of went in depth into what happened with Aaron Hernandez. Obviously the whole backstory behind it is pretty sad. And it was not great. But definitely the most interesting episode, the one kind of was like that maybe spoke to a lot of people. Because, it was like, whoa, what the fuck? We had a fucking murderer on our team. Like, holy shit. That's insane. And then we go to episode 7. Then they gonna go a little bit in depth about the Flake game. So this was around 2015, the year before. I think that was that season, during that off season, the season that the Patriots went to the Super Bowl against the Falcons before they came back 28-3. It was that off season of that season where it was the whole Deflategate. So not the Spygate where they're taking illegal signals from another opponent. Now they're fucking deflating the footballs, to give themselves an advantage, this and that. That was another scandal that, again, you put Spygate and now Deflategate. The haters are coming out of nowhere. They're coming out. They're saying, oh, they're cheaters. Oh, they're this and that. Oh, the blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, my God, there's ammunition to throw for the Patriots. If you hate them already because they're too much of a team that wins all the time, well, here's another reason to take all that credit away from them because of Deflategate. Oh, you're fucking cheaters. You can't throw a fucking football that's perfectly inflated. This and that. So that was pretty much that of episode 7. Episode 8, this is when Jimmy Garoppolo was drafted and he became this backup option for Tom Brady, obviously, kind of giving some quarterback carousel. I mean, he was a starter at some point because Brady got hurt. Or actually, no, not because Brady got hurt. Jimmy Garoppolo was the starter for the first 4 games because Tom Brady was suspended for the Deflategate incident. So he was suspended for those 4 games. Jimmy Garoppolo played. He played pretty good. Tom Brady came back that season. Tom Brady, the competitor he is. Those 4 games that Jimmy Garoppolo played, he knew it wasn't always a guarantee at that point. After drafting Jimmy Garoppolo, he knew at that point it wasn't a guarantee that he would still be the starter. He would still be the starting quarterback. He was up there in age. But he had no doubt in his mind. Once I come back from this suspension, I'm tearing everyone's ass up. I'm the fucking best quarterback in the NFL, and I'm gonna prove it. And he did that all season long. Goes to the Super Bowl. They're down 28-3 in the fucking Super Bowl in the third quarter. And then they win that motherfucker 34-28 in overtime. And that's officially when most people can say that's when they finally gave Tom Brady that GOAT status. That is, and for me personally, not as so. I mean, obviously, I was a Tom Brady hater. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Whatever. That is when I think most people saw 5 Super Bowl rings, clutch to the max. Never done that, but never 25-point comeback in the Super Bowl. Never happened. And when the hell is it going to happen ever again? Like, it probably will at some point. Shit, not anytime soon. To be down 28-3 in a fucking Super Bowl is actually insane. And then let alone winning the game. And it only took you pretty much a little less than a quarter and a half to do it. And then you just needed overtime just to get a score and then win it. Insane. Magical. It feels insane to actually see that. The fact that I actually saw that live was just marvelous. But the thing is, I wasn't really too excited about it at that point. I may or may not have picked the Falcons to win that game, but that's not here or there. That's not here or there. That's not here or there. And then eventually, episode 9, this is when clearly there's tension behind Belichick and Brady. They're going this back and forth. Brady is kind of tired of Bill Belichick at this point. He's tired of how he gets treated by him. He's built this great relationship with his coach. Obviously, they've been, super successful together, and they've worked together, and they've managed to create this greatness, and as well as Robert Kraft. But eventually, their egos just kind of boosted aside. Belichick didn't feel like he had much power over Brady because Brady was his own. He was a superstar. He was doing his own thing. He could call the shots if he wanted to too. It's like he didn't have the power of him as a coach. And if you don't as a coach for Bill Belichick, you don't have the power over your guy, over your biggest guy on the team, over your superstar, and letting your superstar kind of make their decisions and kind of just letting him do his own thing. It kind of separates you two, and things get awkward, and this and that, and then eventually the relationships just starts to just separate, and it creates a fucking divorce. And obviously, Endgame, episode number 10, the dynasty crumbles. Tom Brady's like, look, Bill, thank you. I appreciate everything you've done for me. The New England Patriots, thank you. Robert Kraft, you've been you've made this career that nobody could have ever imagined. Brady, when he was 24 years old, told Robert Kraft he was the best decision he ever made for this Patriots franchise. When he hasn't won a Super Bowl, when he hasn't even started a game, before he even started a football game, before he even knew he was going to be the starting quarterback for the Patriots one day, he told Robert Kraft, I'm going to be the best decision you'll ever make for this team. And holy fucking shit. Look how that turned out. You couldn't have been any better. And obviously, this kind of teaches you a little bit of, all of this winning is what drives these players. They've won for so long. They've made to 10 Super Bowls. How many AFC championships have they won? How many fucking, they've never missed the playoffs, all together, right? I think they only missed the playoffs that one year that Brady got hurt in 2008, I believe. That was pretty much the only year they did, because Brady didn't fucking play. And somebody else was their quarterback. That was the only year they didn't make the playoffs. Every other year, playoffs, AFC Championship, or Super Bowl. And that's it. 10 Super Bowls. 20 years. You've created a dynasty, a culture of winning. You have the best coach, the best owner, and the best quarterback. They all have this huge status around them, and they all have this huge fucking ego for themselves. And they have all this power together. They used it for good and they won. But behind the scenes, Brady was unhappy for certain points of of a lot of points during this run. It just felt like Brady was just giving it all, but there still wasn't enough, and he still wasn't feeling like he was getting treated right by Bill Belichick. He kind of undervalued him as a person, because obviously Brady is a competitor and he's a fucking dog, but he's a sensitive guy as well. He has feelings as well. He has like this enigma where he needs to be appreciated and like I've done so much for this team, and I feel like even me being who I am, Tom fucking Brady, who I get enough respect or get enough hate in the media and this and that. Sometimes I still feel like I need to do more to be appreciated, or like I feel like it's never enough. And the only thing that's just kind of holding it together is because they're winning football games. They're doing better than any other team in the NFL. Any other team in the NFL wishes to become this fucking franchise, to even be half as good as the New England Patriots. Being the fucking creating this greatness for 20 years is insane. And we will most likely never see this again. Most likely never see this again. This is something again, not even generational. Not even generational. Because we never seen this. Before the Patriots, the only dynasties were the Cowboys in the 90s, but that was very short-lived. And a dynasty to kind of come back and have its pause, because again, the Patriots had their dynasty early in the 2000s, but then they didn't win a Super Bowl for like a whole decade later until they won it again in like 2015. And then when they beat the Seahawks, and then when they beat the Falcons, and then when they beat the Rams, including the game that they lost to the Eagles, the Super Bowl that they lost to the Eagles as well. Like, it all worked together, but definitely to a certain point, being on this New England Patriots team, it took a lot of courage, a lot of balls, and also like a lot of dignity and pride for you to like obviously work your ass off and make sure you contribute to this team, but also to get treated like nothing else was more important than winning. Kind of felt like inhumane sometimes. It kind of felt like you were just a part of a system and you couldn't have a say in anything. I could only imagine Brady how often he would feel like he would do all of this and then it still wouldn't be enough. Even if they won a game, something was still off. It's like they're always trying to fix something, even though it didn't go the best game. Like the game like that game, that Super Bowl that they lost to against the Eagles. Malcolm Butler, who was the superhero of the previous Super Bowl that they won, which was or not this, not actually no, not the previous one, because that was 51 when they beat the Falcons. Super Bowl 49 against the Seahawks. Passes picked off, intercepted by Malcolm Butler at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Malcolm Butler made one of the best defensive plays, maybe arguably the best defensive play, the best interception in Super Bowl history. Got Tom Brady his fourth ring there. Got his championship there. Got his Super Bowl there. Malcolm Butler doesn't play in that Super Bowl against the Eagles because Bill Belichick believes that was the best choice, or that was the best option for them to win. Their defense got shredded. They got shredded by the Eagles. The offense, the Eagles were putting up so many points. They got shredded. But Tom Brady had 505 fucking passing yards. Had like 3 or 4 touchdown passes. He had literally maybe the best statistic. He probably had the best stats in a Super Bowl loss ever. Maybe even compared to all the teams that have won a Super Bowl, compare their quarterback stats to any other quarterback that won a Super Bowl. Maybe those are better stats. Or that game exact. That was probably the best performance ever by a quarterback in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady in that Super Bowl 52 against the Eagles, despite losing the game, put up numbers, but it still wasn't enough. And people blame Bill Belichick for obviously the defense, just getting cooked. And then Malcolm Butler, your best defensive player on that team at the time, didn't even start because you felt the need to kind of put him out the place. Obviously, then he made up for it because when they won Super Bowl 53 against the Rams the following season, oh, it's okay. Our defense absolutely fucking prevails. And it was like, it's insane how 1 year makes a difference. Super Bowl 52, their defense gets lit up. Malcolm Butler doesn't play because he just felt like this and that. The very next, and they blame Bill Belichick. Now Bill Belichick is now the victim and the reason why they lost that Super Bowl. The very next season, the defense for the New England Patriots, that Super Bowl against the Rams, that boring ass Super Bowl, that defensive ass Super Bowl, that 13-3 game, all the defense couldn't have played any better. Obviously, allowing 33 points the previous year and then allowing only 3 points in this Super Bowl. Oh fuck. And Bill Belichick, like, he changed, like, they used to cover zone coverage, I believe, or man coverage, and then they switched it. Or Bill Belichick decided to switch the coverage of the defense just hours before or weeks before the game. And obviously making like an adjustment to that just weeks before the Super Bowl is risky because you have this coverage the whole season long, and then you switch it for one game, the most important game of the season. It's like, well, fuck it, this better work. And he made up for it, and it worked. This and that. It just, this is a very, interesting documentary. I definitely recommend it to watch. If you love football, it's greatness. I know not everybody loves the New England Patriots. I personally still don't love them. But I've accepted their greatness. I have to. I can't be this fucking salty ass Dolphins fan that used to hate Tom Brady back in 2017. I'm not a little kid anymore. I'm not gonna fucking hate Tom Brady just because, oh, he always wins all the time. Who the fuck am I? Immature little ass fucking 12-year-old kid. Talk about some, oh, Tom Brady always wins. I hate Tom Brady. Fuck Tom Brady. Who gives a fuck, man? Stop fucking crying and bitching and complaining. I got to witness greatness, and I took it for granted. It took me until Brady to leave New England and go to Tampa Bay for me to really see, like, shit. I really, like, despite me not liking this team or really loving this team, I saw so many things, and like, this is something unbelievable. This is something that just won't be replicated. It maybe won't ever be repeated ever again. We will never know. We will never know. And it looks like it's been a while. And it looks like it's going to be a very long time till something like this happens. So yeah, I recommend it to watch it. The Dynasty, the New England Patriots. It's on Apple TV. All 10 episodes. I watched them. Pretty good show. I fucked with it. Now let me just go over 33 minutes. Okay. Ariana Grande. She dropped a new album, Eternal Sunshine. Let's talk about it. Girl, Ariana, let's talk about it. Ariana Grande, Eternal Sunshine. Eternal Sunshine. Why did I just moan? I don't know. All right, here's a track list, 13 songs. Intro by Don't Want to Break Up Again, Saturn Returns, Interlude, Eternal Sunshine, Supernatural, True Story, The Boy Is Mine, Yes, and We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love, I Wish I Hated You, Perfect for You, and Ordinary Things. Talk about a phenomenal album. We got another great album by Ariana Grande, ladies and gentlemen. We got another phenomenal Ariana Grande album. I've heard this album already maybe like 3 times. It is definitely doing its job. It is definitely eating. It is definitely give. Fuck what I just said. It's doing its job. It's really staying in my rotation. It's really one of the best albums of the year already. Top 3. Easily. After first listen, I was comfortable. Ariana, you're gonna drop a top 3 album of the year so far. First 3 months of the year, you got it. But this album is pretty fucking good. I mean, this album doesn't explore much genres, but it's mostly like an R&B record, alternative R&B, There's elements of pop. Obviously, Yes and is like a throw off single because it's like the lead single of the album, but it's not like an R&B. It's like a dancey, it's like a dance house type of song. But every other song is really more R&B. So the vibe of it's really good. And there's some fucking standout tracks. Let's talk about it. We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love. This is like the next single of the album. This one, pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good. Definitely better than Yes and, in my opinion. One of my favorites. The Boy Is Mine. This one is trending on TikTok. This one's a banger. This one's a banger. Supernatural. This one is top 3 on the album. Please bump it. It really is good. Supernatural's fire. Eternal Sunshine is really underrated as well. Bye is a bop. Um, Don't Want to Break Up Again is great. The interlude, I'm not listening to the interlude. Ordinary Things is solid. Imperfect for You, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember much about Imperfect for You. I'm still trying to grasp that song in my head. I Wish I Hated You. Oh my god, this one's the lyrics in this one is oh my god, dude. Yeah, no, Rihanna, you're doing your thing. And I was a little concerned because 13 tracks, 35 minutes, very short album, obviously, first of all, but also like very consistent, breezy, lemon squeezy listen of an album. But man, there's so much to get into on this record. There's a lot. But I really fuck with it. I really do like it. Out of 10, I'll give it like an 8 point something. An 8 is always usually like my safest answer. Shit. More listens, I can bump this into an 8.9 or whatever. A 9. Who knows? This is looking pretty good. I really fuck with this Ariana Grande album. Tap in. If you haven't heard it, tap in. Eternal Sunshine. This is good. This is great. You know, after 4 years since Positions, she comes back with this. You know, I'm good. I'm chilling. You know, new Ariana Grande, 2024. You know, we're good. We're doing good things here. We're doing very good things here. Mac and Cheese. 5. Look at this album cover. Oh, this is when you know you're irrelevant. I tapped in Mac and Cheese 5. What do you think was the first thing that popped up on Google Images? A bunch of pictures of mac and cheese. And then we get to this fucking album. So even the 5 didn't help for it to really do much here. There's still more there's a lot of mac and cheese. The 5 didn't do anything. There's so many actual mac and cheese images. More that this is when you know this album sucks dog shit. When mac and cheese is more, I mean, you know, fair enough, fair play. This looks delicious right now. I had pasta, so close enough for a dinner. But fuck, this looks scrumptious. Oh my god, Jesus, this is the good mac and cheese right here. This is the bad mac and cheese. So I didn't listen to this whole album, obviously. And I have to say obviously because there's no way I don't ever want you guys to generally believe I am out here listening to an entire French Montana album. But you could see some of the features here. Kanye West, Rick Ross, Lil Baby, or Lil Wayne, Kanye West and West Side Gun on one song, JID, Bryce Tiller, Rick Ross. I had to tap in. So I tapped into 5 songs. I tapped into Stand United with Kanye, which was mid. Tapped in with Splash Brothers with Rick Ross and Lil Wayne. This was solid. Lil Wayne had a good verse. I tapped into this one, Where They At with Kanye and Westside. Westside had a good verse. Kanye was pretty mids. Praise God featuring JID. This was the one I was claiming. This one was probably going to be the best one. French Montana ruined it. But it's okay. It's not okay. But JID did his thing. Fuck it. At least he did his thing. And then Fake Friends with Bryson Tiller. This was actually not that bad. Bryson Tiller did his thing. French Montana, mediocre as fuck. And then everything else, I don't know. I don't care about. I don't want to listen to any other song on Mac and Cheese 5. There's no need to. I gave this fucking bastard 5 streams just for listening to those 5 songs. So I already did enough of my part to help out French Montana and the streams for this album. And also, gotta talk about it because it's actually stupid as fuck. The album itself, 21 tracks, right? 22 tracks. There is a version of the album that is every single song in every possible version you can think of. There is a skit instrumental, there is a skit sped up, there is a skit slowed down, there is a skit um a nightcore, whatever the fuck. There's so many different versions, different colors, rainbows, whatever the fuck it is, of every song. I can't show. I don't know where the full entire thing is, but there is one album where it has all of the songs combined, and it's 100 and something songs in one fucking album. I wish I could show you, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it or do deeper research because that is insane that you have a skit instrumental, a skit interlude. Which, by the way, what the fuck even is a skit interlude? A skit sped up. Every song has a sped up version. Every song has an instrumental version. Every song has a slowed down version. Every song has a skit. It's dumb as fuck. It is so dumb. So dumb, but hey, this is what this man has to do to get streams. So in the end of the day, can I really blame him? Yes, but no, not really. But I am tired of the bullshit. Let's go to ESPN. It is bracket time, ladies and gentlemen. It is bracket time. Bracket time. Let's do this, motherfucker. I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap. Well, not really. It's fucking almost 10 p.m. Oh, shit. Blake Snell lands a 2-year, $62 million deal with the Giants. Oh, shit. Nice. Nice. All right. That should be interesting. Um, I want to do the women's first, but okay, we'll click on the men's. Maybe they'll give me the women's one. Here it is. So we're going to be doing the women's tournament. We're going to do the women's bracket first. And then, yes. All right. So here we are, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are recording this and that. All right. We're at 42 minutes right now. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the official with my bracket for the women's March Madness tournament. So I'm going to do the women's tournament, and then I'm going to do the men's tournament. Again, this is all fun. This is a bracket. Upsets are going to be flying around. Not every single game will be an upset, but look, it's going to be nice. Like, you can't blame me if I don't pick your team. Oh, it's not the end of the fucking world. You know, oh, perfect bracket, my ass. Perfect myth. That's a myth. Doesn't exist. Never will be a thing. But let's get straight to it. Let's start off with the first region. With whatever region this is, I believe the South. South Carolina, they haven't lost a fucking game all season long. So you really think they're going to lose to Shoe or Press? Fuck out of here. South Carolina for the win. North Carolina versus Michigan State. The 8 or the 9 seed. I always love these 8-9 seed matchups. They're just, they're right there, neck and neck, Those matchups are always very fun to watch. Damn, this was at 11:30 a.m. Fuck me, Jesus. When's it, the 22nd? That'll be Friday. Well, at least I won't be working on Friday. Fuck it, I'll watch it. I'm gonna go with North Carolina. Fuck it. I want to battle the Carolinas, you know what I mean? North versus South. Fuck it, let's do something about it. Then we got Oklahoma versus FGC. We're gonna go Oklahoma. Indiana Fairfield. We're gonna. I'm logged in, right? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I'll put in my email like after. Whatever. I'll just go back. I'll just go. Never. Just go back. All right. Fuck. Okay. Here we go. No. Women's bracket. Sorry, guys. I got. Sorry. Just sorry. My bad. Import picks. There. All right. Indiana versus Fairfield. All right. So who am I picking here? I'll go Indiana. Fuck it. No upsets yet so far, guys. Um, then we'll do Nebraska. Then it's Nebraska versus Texas A&M. Give me Nebraska. Fuck it. Oregon State versus Eastern Michigan. The 3 versus the 5. I mean, the 3 versus the 14 seed. Eastern Michigan. 29-5. 3 and Aaliyah Alexander. Reagan Beers. I got my money on Reagan Beers. Fuck it. Oregon State for the win. Ole Miss versus Marquette. Give me Marquette. Fuck it. Notre Dame, that's the upset right there. 10 beating the 7 seed. Notre Dame and Kent State. Give me Notre Dame. They're the 2 seed. They should make it far. We'll see. Iowa, they're knocking whoever these fucking 2 teams are. Whoever, HC, UTM, whoever. It doesn't matter. West Virginia, Princeton. This one's nice. I'm going to go with Princeton. Fuck it. I'm going to go with Princeton. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. No. I'm going to go West Virginia. Why? Because I saw a video today of the West Virginia coach talking about some 1 win, and then we have a chance to send Caitlin Clark packing. The West Virginia women's coach said, all we got to do, beat Princeton, and we're going to knock Iowa's ass and Caitlin, and we're going to send Caitlin Clark's ass home in the second round. So I think we want to see this matchup. Just to see what's going on. Fucking 32. This fucking woman is unbelievable. This fucking Jesus Christ, Caitlin Clark is a superstar. She is a dog. But yeah, fuck Princeton. Fuck you. I want to see this. Yeah, West Virginia beat Princeton, so I can see you go up against Caitlin Clark, so she can drop fucking 40 on you. We'll see about it. Colorado versus Drake. You know, let me see. Aaronette Vonley, Jalen Jarno, Grace Berg, Katie Diney Bird. She bad as fuck. Hold on. They both bad. She bad, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna take the fucking we're gonna take the Snow Whites. We're gonna take Drake for this one. Kansas State versus Portland. I never seen this team. Give me Kansas State. Give me Kansas State. So yeah, Drake over Colorado. Upset alert. Louisville versus MTSU. Middle Tennessee, I believe, right? Give me Louisville. Fuck it. LSU versus Rice. Yeah, give me LSU. They're the reigning defending champions. They're not gonna lose to fucking Rice. Well, at least I would think so. Let's hope not. Creighton versus UNLV. Give me Creighton. UCLA versus CA Baptist. Give me UCLA. All right. And then that's that for the first 2 top regions. So now let's go to the other regions here. Texas versus Drexel. That would be really weird to see Drexel in the second round because they're beating a number 1 seed in Texas. That's not going to happen. Alabama, Florida State. This should be interesting. The 8 versus the 9 seed. I could see either way going here. You know what? Give me Bama. Give me Texas. Give me Bama. Why not? Utah versus South Dakota State. Give me the Jackrabbits for an upset. Give me the Jackrabbits for an upset. Give me the Jackrabbits for an upset. Gonzaga versus UCI Irving. Kyrie Irving is not playing in this one. Give me Gonzaga. Fuck it. Tennessee versus Green Bay. Give me Tennessee. NC State versus Chattanooga. Give me NC State. Iowa State versus Maryland. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Uh I'm just checking with this now. All right, we're good. Hmm. Brother, you know what? I'll go Iowa State. Fuck it. And then Stanford versus Norfolk State. I'm gonna go with Stanford. All right. Then we got USC. USC. The women's team is taking over. That men's team was not great this year. They're not even in the March Madness. The men's team is not even in the bracket. They're not even in the NIT tournament. My fucking goodness. So yeah, I would want to see this women's team, the women's USC team, make it far. So please don't lose to fucking Texas A&M or Texas, whoever they get. Who do they play? AMCC. Come on, USC. Come on, Juju, do your thing. Kansas, Michigan. Give me Michigan. Give me Michi. Give me Michi, dog. Baylor versus Van or call it. Give me Baylor. Virginia Tech versus Marshall. Give me Virginia Tech. Syracuse versus Auburn or Arizona. You know what? Give me Auburn, Arizona. I think maybe Arizona might win. Actually, no. Give me Auburn beating Arizona and then Auburn beating Syracuse. Fuck it. I'm gonna take Auburn beating Syracuse. Why not? Fuck it. UConn beating Jackson State. Duke beating Richmond, most likely. Yes. Ohio State versus Maine. I'm gonna go with Ohio State as well. All right. Now we're in the second round. So round of 32. 32 teams left in the women's bracket. So we gotta keep it going. Keep it going. All right, South Carolina, North Carolina. Going with South Carolina. Then we got Oklahoma versus Indiana. Give me Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma. Fuck it. We got Nebraska versus Oregon State. Give me Nebraska. Give me a good challenge there, buddy. Marquette versus Notre Dame. We get anything interesting here? Give me Notre Dame. Fuck it. I don't really, just give me Notre Dame. Iowa versus West Virginia. Give me Iowa to the Sweet 16. Drake versus Kansas State. Give me Kansas State. Louisville, LSU. Give me LSU. Creighton, UCLA. Give me Creighton for the upset. Fuck it. Texas, Alabama. Give me Texas. Dakota versus Gonzaga. Give me Gonzaga. Tennessee versus NC State. Give me Tennessee. Why not? Iowa State versus Stanford. Give me Stanford. USC over Michigan. Definitely. Give me Baylor over Virginia Tech. Why not? 4/5 seed. UConn, I think, is going to take down Auburn. And then Duke is going to beat Ohio State. Upset there. All right, now we're in the Sweet 16. Oklahoma. South Carolina. Give me South Carolina to the Elite Eight. Notre Dame, Nebraska. Give me Nebraska. They're making it far. I think Nebraska. I don't know. Iowa. Give me Iowa to the Sweet 16. LSU. I want to see this. I need this again. I need it. Come on. It's firework matchup right here. Need this. Need this in the Elite Eight. Please make it happen. Anyways, Texas, Gonzaga, give me Techies. Give me Stanford. Give me USC. Give me Duke. I don't know why. Fucking give me Duke, I guess. I don't know. Now in the Elite Eight, here we are, guys. South Carolina, Nebraska. Give me Carolina of the South. Iowa, LSU. Give me Iowa. And now South Carolina, Iowa in the Final Four. Texas versus Stanford. Give me Stanford. And then USC versus Duke. Give me USC. All right. So now we got South Carolina versus Stanford, Iowa versus USC. I know there's 3 number 1 seeds in the Final Four, which doesn't look like it might happen because there's always usually like a fucking, I don't know, a number 1, a couple of number 1s, and then maybe a 2 or a 3 or whatever seed there is. 3 number 1 seeds in the Final Four seems a little off. But I feel like in the women's bracket, I feel like it's more likely. In the men's bracket, I feel like if there's three number ones in the final four, number one season, the final four, that would be kind of crazy in my opinion. Because then there wouldn't be enough upsets, and then I don't know, the match would be a little weird. But who would be the national championship finalists? South Carolina, Stanford. Does South Carolina's perfect season end here against Stanford? I would want to say yes, but I don't think so. I'm going with South Carolina. And then Iowa versus USC. Man, I mean, look, Kaylin Clark. You know how much it would do for her to win a national championship on her last year, about to get drafted to the WNBA. She's gonna leave on the highest of notes. I would love her to come out on top. Give me Iowa. I love USC. I love this Juju Watkins. She's been balling out, but she's a freshman. She's still got much to go. So I feel like she'll be back soon enough. So now the national championship that maybe a lot of people also predicted. I mean, this is definitely not. I mean, I'm guessing this is probably the most basic one you can pick. South Carolina versus Iowa, and I would think Iowa will be your national champions, ladies and gentlemen. Total total points, give me 125. I don't know. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So this is my final four brackets. Well, my women's bracket. These are my national champion, Iowa. Iowa. What are they called? Iowa what? Hawkeyes. Iowa Hawkeyes. That's what they're called. Submit bracket. I'll whatever, bro. I'll do this shit later. And then we'll focus on this later. Yes, I'm very excited about this one though. Wait, did it save? It saved, right? It imported. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. It saved. Okay. Now let's do the men's bracket, ladies and gentlemen. I have Iowa. Kaylin Clark win the national championship, so fuck it. Now let's do the men's bracket. Let me see if we're still going a little strong. 57 minutes. Okay, we're doing good. My bad, guys. Sorry for coughing and shit. All right, now the men's bracket. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off in the East, we got UConn versus Stetson. I believe Stetson's from Florida, right? I believe they're a Florida team from the Atlantic Sun division, I believe. That's nice. They're not beating fucking UConn. Next, FAU versus Northwestern. This is going to be an interesting matchup here. I'm gonna go with FAU. FAU, they made to the Final Four last year. I think they're bound to make it far this bracket too. This tournament, I think they're gonna do some things. Maybe Sweet 16 again. San Diego State versus UAB. San Diego State was a finalist in the national championship last year. Shit, they ain't gonna lose to UAB, I believe. So fuck it. Auburn and Yale. Give me Auburn. I like that Yale won that what was it, the Ivy League championship, but they barely won that game. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be really much for them. I think Auburn might smoke them. Who knows? BYU Duquesne. I don't know how you fucking say it. Give me Duquesne. Why not? Illinois versus Moorhead. This is the funny name of the tournament, huh? Moorhead. Give me that Moorhead State, dog. I kind of want to pick Moorhead. Or actually, I'm going to go Illinois. Nah, whatever. I'll go Illinois. I'm kind of rooting for Moorhead, though. Because who wouldn't want Moorhead State? Whatever, fuck it. I'm going to go with Illinois. Washington State, Drake. Got to take that Drizzy Drake. Give me Drake. Actually, no, give me Washington State. Fuck that. Iowa State, South Dakota State. Give me Iowa State. Houston versus Longwood. This is interesting. Longwood is nice. But the name is not everything. Houston looks like they can make it to the Final Four at least. We'll see. Nebraska, Texas A&M. Give me that A&M. Actually, no, give me Nebraska. Give me Nebraska. Wisconsin, James Madison. Here's the first upset. Bada bing, bada boom. James Matty passing Wisconsin. Duke versus Vermont. Give me Duke. I think Duke is going to surpass these motherfuckers. Texas Tech and NC State. Give me NC State for another upset. Fuck it. Kentucky, Oakland. Give me Kentucky to win this one. Florida. Give me Florida to win whoever these two. Marquette, Western Kentucky. Give me Marquette. So that's that. Now the bottom and now the West. North Carolina defeating whoever these two, whoever they go against. Mississippi State, Michigan State. um, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go with Michigan State. Why not? I'm gonna go with Michigan State, St. Mary's, Grand Canyon. St. Mary's, Grand Canyon. Give me St. Mary's. They won the Western Coast Division or whatever it's called, the West Atlantic Coast, whatever the fuck it is, the same division, the same conference where Gonzaga is. They won that division. You know, the St. Mary's is a solid team. Fuck it. Alabama, Charleston. I don't know why. Fucking, I don't know. Give me Charleston. Who knows? Why not? Clemson, New Mexico. Give me Clemson. Baylor, Colgate. You're gonna just stick as a toothbrush company. We're gonna go with Baylor, Nevada, Dayton. Give me Dayton. Arizona, Long Beach State. Give me Arizona. Purdue versus the Purdue. I think is gonna make it to the second round easily. TCU, Utah State. Give me TCU. Gonzaga, McNeese. Give me Gonzaga. Kansas versus Stanford. I don't really. I like the Jayhawks, but I'm just not feeling them for some reason in this tournament. So you know what? Give me Stanford. Give me Samford taking down Kansas as probably the biggest upset so far that I've predicted. So give me that motherfucker. 13 over the 4 seed. Give me that right now. Then we got South Carolina, Oregon. Give me Oregon. Give me Oregon. Creighton, Akron. Give me Creighton. Texas over the. Give me Texas. Texas, Tennessee versus St. Peter's. Give me Tennessee. All right, now we're in the second round. So now we got UConn, FAU. Give me UConn. Give me UConn. They're gonna make it to the Sweet 16. San Diego State, Auburn. I have Auburn winning this bitch. Duvernay. You know what? Give me Duvernay Dukes. Give me the question Dukes. Whoever. Give me the Dukes. Washington State, Iowa State. Give me Washington State. Why not? Actually, no. Give me Iowa State. I like this team is not that bad. Nebraska, Houston. Give me Houston. James Madison, Duke. Give me Duke. NC State, Kentucky. I think NC State might upset them. Florida, Marquette. Give me Marquette. I like Florida, but I don't know if they can match up Marquette's defense. They're pretty good as well. North Carolina over Michigan State. St. Mary's, Charleston. Who do I got here? Give me another upset. Give me Charleston, baby. Give me fucking Charleston. Why not? I've been to Charleston once. I don't know. That had really nothing to do with anything, but fuck it, why not? Clemson or Baylor? Give me Baylor. Dayton, Arizona. Give me Arizona. Purdue, TCU. Give me Purdue, Gonzaga, and Samford. Why do I feel like Samford is going to do it? They took down Kansas. So why can't they take down Gonzaga? Because they're going to beat them by 1 point. Fuck it, Stanford is going to win. Samford is going to win. I don't care. They're going to take down Kansas and Gonzaga in the same tournament. If they actually fucking pull that off, what the fuck? That's insane. My goodness. They would be legends for knocking down Kansas and then Gonzaga. And then they got to, and if I pick them to beat Purdue, then they would have to face fucking North Carolina or Baylor. That's crazy. That won't be an easy road. I don't know. Oregon, Creighton, give me Creighton. Texas, Tennessee, give me Tennessee. All right, now we're in the Sweet 16, the final 16 teams, ladies and gentlemen. UConn, Auburn, love the ride, but give me UConn in this motherfucker. Duvernay, I'm just gonna say Duvernay. I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce it. Whatever. 8 a.m. What the fuck? The game is not that early. 8 a.m. Are you fucking tripping? What? Give me Iowa State though. Duke Houston, give me Houston. NC State Marquette, give me NC State. I'm picking NC State because they won the ACC. They won like 5 games in a row, and they were like the 10th seed in the ACC tournament, and they were able to win and come back in that tournament. So like they have already enough March Madness going on. So I feel like that momentum might carry them a little bit far. Shit, to the Elite Eight? Far? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. And then now we got North Carolina Charleston. Give me North Carolina. Baylor versus Arizona. This is tough. This would be a crazy game here. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go with Arizona. I like this Arizona team. They got shooters. Fuck it. Should be nice. Purdue Sanford. Now I feel like Purdue is bound to just fucking mess it up and just lose all of a sudden here. You know what? Sanford feels like the team to me. I'm going with Stanford. I don't know. I don't know. What is it with this fucking dog just looking so tough? Like he looks like like look at him. He is proud. He is saying it with his chest. He is barking with his chest. He is saying to himself in his mind, Kansas, I could fuck up a Jayhawk. Gonzaga, I could fuck up a what is the is that a bulldog? Oh shit. This look, the battle of the dogs here. We got this dog versus this fucking dog. This dog looks more fierce and intimidating, but look at this motherfucker. He's standing strong. He looks like he can fuck him up. I mean, I know he looks more intimidating. He looks like he'll fucking bite the shit out of you, but hey, you can't take his word for it. And then Purdue, I feel like he can fucking stand up to it. He can stand up to it. Samford, I don't know why I have much faith in you, but please don't let me down. Creighton and Tennessee, I like Creighton a lot. Give me some Creighton. Give me some Creighton. That shit Creighton. Now we're in the Elite Eight, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the Elite Eight, guys. UConn to the Final Four. Houston to the Final Four. Now we got North Carolina, Arizona. Yeah, no, I don't know why it says 8 a.m. because the games are not actually going to be at 8 in the morning, but whatever. This is tough. This is tough. I'm gonna go with Arizona. Why not? Why not? I'll go with Arizona. And then Sanford Creighton. Sanford. I might just do it. I might just do it. Oh shit. What the fuck? This is so weird. What the fuck? This is actually insane. There's no I feel like I'm wrong already. This like okay, our final four: UConn versus Arizona, Houston versus fucking Samford. Again, did I before recording this, before making this bracket, did you think I was already gonna have Samford making it to the fucking final four? No, but something just speaks to me. Something just stands out to me. This is gonna be the Cinderella team. And usually, what like a 15 seed or like a 12 or a 13 seed, don't they make it to like to the Elite Eight or to the Final Four? Like usually, or like it's been kind of like that as of recently. So I feel like Sanford, they may not be the 13th seed to make it to here, but they're gonna be my team. They're gonna team that are gonna make it this far. UConn versus Arizona. UConn, they're the defending champions. I just don't, there's not a better team right now than them, so I have to put them in the final, in the national championship. Then we got Houston, Sanford. Now, Houston came off a bad loss against Iowa State. Iowa State kicked their ass in the which division? In the what I forgot what division they were in. The Big 10, not the Big 12, I believe. The Big 12 division. So yeah, they got smoked by Iowa State. But I feel like that game is going to rejuvenate them, put them back together. they're gonna be like, okay, now we're more hungry to win this fucking bitch ass tournament. Now we lost it. We lost that tournament championship game. Now it's gonna inspire us even more. That I don't even think Stanford is gonna be looking forward to it. So Sanford, you've had your spotlight, you've had your bright moments and this and that, but I'm gonna have to go with Houston. And now the final, UConn versus Houston, two number one seeds. I know it doesn't sound like the craziest thing. Who am I picking? UConn or Houston? Now I'm gonna do it, and by the way, I just remembered this. They gave Drake a jersey for they gave Drake the jersey for they gave Drake like a Houston jersey, a Houston Cougar jersey or whatever. Because Houston is like, one of his cities that, he's beloved and this and that he's, so the Cougars, the Houston team, they gave Drake a jersey. We know that the Drake curse is always up and down. Drake has had so many moments of highs, but he's had some very high moments. But he's also had some very bad and very cursed moments as well. That I just feel very weird picking Houston just now because we've made it this far. It's like I can't go back now. But I think if Houston actually wins it, they'll break the Drake curse again. And then it might come back again. Who knows? Fuck it. Give me Houston. Give me Houston to win the 2024 Men's Division I college basketball tournament. The Houston Cougars. Cougars. Oh my God. What the fuck am I talking about? The Houston Cougars. The Cougars. The Mom Predators. Yes, I know. I know. Different Cougars. Whatever. They're gonna beat UConn and the Huskies. And you thought you thought I was gonna pick UConn to go back to back? Maybe. Shit, I was about to. I really was about to. But fuck it, I don't know. Houston, talk to me. Houston, if you actually win this bitch, I will be so ecstatic. I'll actually like watch every game next season. Dead ass. If you guys, if I'll watch every game next season. I'll be like, I'll turn into a fan. If Houston wins it, fuck it, give me it. So I got Houston and Iowa winning the men's and the women's. That sounds cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Again, this is not going to be a perfect ride. Fucking Samford can lose in the first round to whoever they play in the first round. To fucking to Kansas, again, how many points are they going to score? 69. No, I'm kidding. 134. Fuck it. Give me 134. But that is that, ladies and gentlemen. That is that. That is my motherfucking bracket, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, let me submit this. I'll submit it later or whatever when I'm like done, guys. Like, don't worry, I'll submit it. But yeah, I'll submit it like right after I'm done recording. All right, there we go. This is stop. All right, but that is that for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in a bit. Take care. Peace out.